What's up, folks? Welcome back to another one. In today's video, we're gonna be testing out Braided Line from TEMU. There you go, guys. There you go, we're on. It's that Braided Line, baby. There you go. There you go. There you go, guys. All right, so first thing I wanna say is, this is not real Power Pro. Just a disclaimer, I wanna get that out there. This is by a brand called Shark Force. And disclaimer, I am not sponsored by anybody. I bought everything with my own money, so I am completely unbiased. I'm gonna give you an honest opinion about this Braided Line here. So you probably wonder, why would I buy this brand over Power Pro, right? These two spools cost me $16.96. These are both 546 yards. Don't ask me why it's 546. I don't know why they didn't just do an even number, but these are both 546 yards compared to regular Power Pro. A 500-yard spool of 30-pound braid is about like 55 bucks. And for 60-pound braid, a 500-yard spool is even higher, probably like $65 or something like that. So these are about 5 times cheaper than regular Power Pro. But are they gonna be as good? So I got 3 rods with me today. They're all using braid, all from the Braided Line from TEMU. One with 30-pound braid. This is the Berkeley Chapo. And my other 2 rods, they're gonna be using the 60-pound braid. They didn't have 65, so I bought 60, but I have one with a frog. I'll be switching out the frogs. And I have one for a flipping setup. So we're mainly gonna be using those 3 rods all day, and we're gonna test this line out of 15 points. 5 for castability, 5 for strength, and 5 for sensitivity. Stay to the very end, because at the very end, I'll let you know the score, and I'll let you know if I think it's worth buying, and if you should purchase it too. All right, folks. You know, it's early morning, only about 8 o'clock. Sun's not all the way up yet, so I'm hoping they're on a little topwater bite. A lot of bait back here, so this Chapo is perfect for it. Oh, shit. Edit that part out. After I got the settings down a little bit, it's casting pretty smooth. It was pretty good. So far, this 30-pound braid is casting pretty smooth. Kinda like it. No issue so far. All right, fellas. Now time for the 60-pound braid. I got on a little Spro bronze eye popping frog. Let's see how well this thing casts. Oh, that's pretty smooth. Right over this grass right here, coming out on top of it. Oh yeah, that's not bad. For 60 pounds, that's coming out pretty nice. Let's see if I try to put a ton of power into it. Let's see if it goes far. Yeah, no issue so far. That's not a bad cast. And this popping frog is light too. This is a smaller frog. So you can imagine with a little bigger frog, it'll probably go even further. There you go, guys. Got it. Come on. Let's go. Yes, sir. First fish, guys. Got us a little punch fish. Got him right there with the 1.5 ounce weight. The big bite baits. Yo mama. But the braid did pretty good. Felt the bite is really sensitive. There you go. Not bad, guys. This 60-pound braid is actually extremely smooth. As I'm like flipping it and letting out, it's actually sliding out this real super slick. It's not getting caught up, not bird nesting. I felt that bite like really fast, so that's really good. You know, sometimes if you don't feel the bite fast enough, you're gonna miss it. So that sensitivity is extremely important when you're flipping, because you only got like that half a second to second to hook set, unless it really just swallows your bait and takes it off with it. But so far, no complaints with this braid. I haven't gotten to some thick stuff yet, but we haven't had the opportunity yet. So I'm gonna keep on flipping and see how we do. There you go, guys. First one in the morning. Get in there. Get in here. Let's go, baby. Not bad. At first thoughts, that braid was slipping a little bit, but it held up. Fish swallowed that frog. It's pretty cool because I actually seen it move the mats behind it before it came out. There you go. Got a good one. A River Sea Bully-Wah. Good, healthy one. Early to start the morning. There you go. We're on. We're on, guys. On the jerk bait. That's a good largie. Let's go, guys. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's a good one. They didn't want the top water. They're definitely feeding. Let me get them off. Get back in there. They're so fat. Look how fat he is. Eating up on all that bait. That's a good one. There you go. Get out of there, baby. Get out of there. Go right on his head. Come on, baby. Get out of there. Stay on. He's still on. Come on. Stay on, baby. Come on. He's still on there. Come on. There you go. That's some thick stuff right there. Come on. Oh yeah. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, baby. There you go. That's on that 60-pound braid. Hit it instantly. He probably would have hit a frog too. There you go. Got him out of that stick stuff right there. Got him right there. Look at that. That's what we got him in. And that punch set up. Let's go, baby. Here you go. Man, that's a fun bite, guys. Oh, something nipped it. I felt it. It's that braided line, baby. There you go. There you go. Decent one. You got him. There you go. We're in a really good area. Come on, baby. Yes, sir. There's a real dark one. You want to go nowhere. Oh man, I'm breaking all my trebles. There we go. Felt him tick it. Seen the second bite. With the first bite, he ticked it a little bit in that 30-pound braid. Let me feel it. What's up, fellas? Now that you've seen some catches, let's talk about what I think of this line. First thing we'll talk about is castability. So for the first day, I didn't have much issues. I was on the water for about 8 hours and I only caught one fish. That's why day one testing was cut so short. But I did cast a lot, and I can tell you, for $8.50 for this line right here for a 550-yard spool, it did great. You would think that for the price, this line would have been rough. It would have been snapping off as I casted, or when it's coming out your rod, it's like getting hung up in your guides, or it's like eating into your guides. But I didn't have any issues on day one. Now for day two, at the end of the day, I actually noticed that the braid was still pretty smooth. It wasn't just a day one thing. Day two was still pretty good. Now given that that's only 2 days of testing, it's still pretty good for the price, you know? You can't beat that. I also want to put out there that I got hung up a lot. So when I was fishing the Delta, I got hung up in a bunch of trees, a bunch of tules and things like that. And day two, I was fishing some real thick stuff, a lot of grass, a lot of vegetation, mats and stuff like that. And I didn't have any crimps, no frays in the line, so that's good. It didn't affect the casting ability at all after I got hung up on all these things, right? Because I didn't retie, I didn't chop it off, I just left it on there as what you would do with braid. So overall, for casting, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. Now, I did ding it 1 point, and the reason I'm gonna ding it 1 point is that it's not as smooth as other lines. So this line is actually a little rough. It's like, when you feel it, it's like a little coarse. Now, Power Pro is also a little coarse, but when you have a fresh spool, and these are all fresh spools, it's a little slick. There's braids out there that's really slick, and Power Pro is actually a little rough compared to those. So if you buy this knockoff brand, this is gonna be even worse. And that's why I'm gonna ding it, because even though I still cast far, I still want that smoothness that braid is supposed to have. I feel like it's just lacking a bit in that department, so I'm gonna ding it 1 point. Still a great grade though. Now, let's talk about strength. I didn't catch a ton of bass to grade these lines on, but after what I did get into, I didn't have any complaints either. I didn't break any fish off. When I did hook set hard, it didn't snap off on the hook set, and I landed every fish I caught with it and it didn't break. So I have to give it a decent grade, right? So based off of what I've experienced so far, I have to give it a 4 out of 5. For the price of this stuff, 8 out of 10 so far is great. And now for the final grade, let's talk about sensitivity. I actually added 1 rod to the lineup for day 2 because on day 1 the top water bite didn't show up and I needed some bites on a 30-pound braid to give you guys an honest opinion about it, so I added that jerkbait lineup. On that jerkbait lineup, I had 30-pound braid with fluorocarbon leader on there, so the bites would have to go through the leader, through that knot, onto the 30-pound braid for me to feel it. The only issue I had with it was that it wasn't sensitive enough. So compared to other braided lines, even the other Power Pro, the real Power Pro, or Daiwa J braid, or Suffix, I know that the braided line is a lot more sensitive. I definitely would have felt those bites earlier. I definitely would have felt a lot more of the vegetation when I was punching. So this line was sensitive enough for me to feel the bite, but I know that the other braided lines would have been a lot more sensitive. So I'm gonna ding it a little bit there. I'm gonna give this line on the sensitivity department a 3 out of 5. This line gets an 11 out of 15. That's not bad, you know, considering the price to get, I believe that's like 73%. That's a C, that's a passing grade. So for a braided line to be 6 to 8 times cheaper than Power Pro, which is also kind of like the more medium price range braided line out there, that is not bad at all. So for guys out there just looking for a spool of braid that would do the job, you know what I mean, you're not gonna go out and fish tournaments with this, I wouldn't recommend that. If you're just trying to spool up some rods, you're gonna go catfishing, or you just needed some braided line for whatever, you need some strings to tie things together, this line is not bad at all. You know, I definitely think that I'll be using this in the future. I wouldn't be using this in my tournament rods or tournament setups, but I definitely feel like this has a place in a fisherman's tackle box at certain times, just because the price is so low that you can't beat it. You know, $8.50 for a 550 yard spool, you could save a lot of money using this. So 11 out of 15, not a horrible grade. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. You know, let me know what you guys think, if you guys have fished this before. Let me know if you go out and buy and try it. I'd love to hear your experience. This is only 2 days of testing, so for anybody out there with more days of testing, please let me know what you think of it. And yeah, go get them, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you next time.